This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Prepare for the starter and the backup just in case in most situations. Do you have to do three now because there's potentially Marcus starting and a third guy being the backup?
We're not doing that. No, we're basically counting on the two guys. Yeah.
What do you see from Jonah that's maybe so successful so far?
He has just blossomed. He's just blossomed. He had enough plays on film coming off of last year, like I probably said to you guys, that he caught my eye, like a potential guy that might really be a factor. And so I was really excited about him in the offseason, and he did everything right, and he's played well. He's done a nice job. He's been very active, been really consistent with his play. So he's done nothing but positive things.
Jeremy's return to Washington, just how have you felt about his play early in the season?
I love what Chin's doing. I mean, he gives us all kinds of flexibility. We do a lot of stuff with him. He's got a lot of game. He can really run, and that's to go along with being physical and all the rest. So, made a big play right on the first drive of the game. That got us off the field for a field goal. It was good stuff. But he. I'm concerned about guys going back, in a situation like this, that they get overhyped. It means more to them, and which it does. But he has to handle that really well. I'm sure he will.
Jackson, protocol, is he back? Is he out now and ready to go? Or
we're waiting for his. He just had his evaluation done now, so we'll know by practice time, I think.
Without getting obviously the secret sauce away, how important is it to get that consistency in the running game and establish that, I should say?
Yeah, it is and it's particularly preparing yourself for the ends of games, so that when you get to the end of the games and you're in 4-minute situations, that you can control the football and seal victories. That's a big part of it. We want to mix throughout. Chip has always been a guy that's run the ball a lot, and me too. And so we're see eye to eye on it. The numbers haven't been as good as we want so far in the first two games. I happen to look at an accounting of the ball carriers throughout the league in the first couple, in this past weekend. And there was a lot of guys that ran the ball 11, 12, 13 times, the lead runners. It surprised me that there was numbers like that. There were some guys, Colts, the guy ran 22, 23 times or something like that. But there was a lot of guys that aren't running the ball that much. And so I'm kind of surprised at that. I felt like we might be a little more out of line in that. So we'll see. But we want more of him. He ran very well when he had the ball. And so we just needed to get more snaps.
You've been with Geno for a while, obviously. When you're game playing for Washington, where's the fine line between telling him, we want you to keep on doing what you're doing and being explosive, but also kind of just giving, taking what the defense gives you?
We always talk that way. We always talk that way by taking what the defense gives you. But we also design plays to give him chances for his shots, which he knows when the call comes in. It's when things get off rhythm sometimes, that's when the quarterback really has to decide what's going on and always protect the football first. So we need to do a better job in that. And Geno knows that, and I know that, and we didn't get that done.
Jonah had a big night, but so did Kyle Blue Kelly, another Vegas native. How pleased have you been with his development so far?
Yeah, the homeboys are doing great. They're really coming out and flying. So I'm really proud for those guys in the first time, getting a start in front of their fans and all that. That's great. And so they're doing really well. Kyle Blue continues to do really good things, and so I'm excited about his progress. I mean, these are only the first couple games he's ever started, so he's brand new out there, but he's handling it.
Coach is somebody that you know well, obviously. Do you enjoy those moments? And is there something, I don't know, the deck of cards that you're playing with compared to them, and then you guys know each other? I mean, is there...
we have a lot of years together, and we've been very close through the times when he began his career as a head coach and all of that. So it's a special opportunity. I love competing against people that I know, and the more I like them, the more I like to beat them. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll try to give them a good game.
On the back end of that, Bobby Wagner is another guy that you drafted, and you saw him develop and grow into what he is now. How cool is it going to be able to match up against him again, and how can you just talk about the match racing process?
Yeah, it's not the first time, because when we went to the Rams, we played him a little bit, but Wags has had such an extraordinary career. He's a Hall of Fame guy. First shot that you would get, I'm sure. Thousands of tackles. And again, he's off to a great start. He's got over 20 tackles in the first two games already. He always averages about 10 tackles or more a game. And so he's doing it again. And we had a great relationship. We had a lot of fun together. We won a lot of games and did a lot of great stuff. I watched him kind of emerge as a leader. From when he was younger, he was very quiet and didn't do a lot of that. But he's grown into it. And he's a consummate leader now. And I know he had a lot to do with Danny getting the program rolling last year. And I know that he was right in the middle of all of that. So I mean, we talk over the off season and we've communicated quite a bit, and we'll always. And so. To me that's a thrill to play against him. We're going to try to block the heck out of him, but we're counting on he's going to be really good on this day, and we're going to have to be better.
Homecoming for Japan. You have a bunch of guys that grew up in the D.C. area that are going home. Like, through the years, have you seen how guys kind of perform and they have to do tickets and family and all that stuff and maybe trying to overperform it?
Thanks for bringing that up. So maybe they hear us talk about this because it is a concern. It's being overhyped for situations because of exterior factors. And that's something that we as a club and as individuals need to control. We need to recognize that we're feeling it. It could be the extra phone calls, just like you're saying, for tickets or whatever, sideline passes that are in a guy's head, and they're getting extra texts from all the buddies at home and all that kind of stuff. We need to quell that so it isn't a factor to take away from our focus. So I'm on that consistently, and I hope, and it is an issue.
It seems like he's been around the ball pretty much anytime he's been in there. What kind of versatility has he provided you guys when he is out there?
Yeah, he's such a fun player because he's so aggressive and he's such an attack-oriented guy. It's why when we took him we worked him around the line of scrimmage a lot, gave him a lot of chances to rush the passer and as well as make plays. He's doing really well. He was just about took the whole year off last year, so to get back out here and be at full speed and be at this high of a tempo, he's working his way into a lot of playing time, and so he's a really exciting guy because he's so instinctive and he's so aggressive and he's so tough, and those are great factors, and that's why I've always loved the guy as a player.
Coach, the other night we saw the team recognize Hispanic Heritage Month. You have a franchise great like Tom Flores. You obviously have a big Latino following with the Raiders. You've been around the Raiders for a while with where you grew up. What does the Hispanic following for the Raiders mean to you?
That's a beautiful question. The life and the spirit and the love that they bring to our club is obvious, and we want to represent them. And I think I know that in the LA area, for the years that the Raiders were there, they really connected with that home base there, and it felt like this was a really great crowd for us, and it felt like a lot of LA people might have shown up, to support us, and so. Very meaningful, very thoughtful, and love the juice that they bring, and we need to return it to them so they stay fired up.
Good. All right, thank you.
Next week.
You've been watching Breaking News from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.